Evidence shows that children in the Wimmera Southern Mallee are often worse off than their metro counterparts. As a part of a state government funding initiative, along with hundreds of volunteer hours, we've been working to transform early years outcomes.
The By5 project is centred around improving outcomes for the region's children by working with service delivery agencies to design and implement a collaborative system that supports families and communities to ensure all children have the same opportunities as their metropolitan counterparts. This was achieved through establishing leadership partnerships and working across 52 agencies, 17 projects and 5 clusters to improve capability and capacity of organisations, attraction and retention of workforce, and access and availability of services. Over the next few minutes, you will hear from some of the By5 participants on how in just 2 years, the program and its projects have improved the service delivery across the region and the benefits to children, families and communities.
To engage with each of the different local communities to support the vulnerable families we work with. We've really flipped our whole practice to be a place-based approach. And it's working wonders, like where the staff in each of the towns are really developing close relationships with the community, with the services that are out there. From the work in the project, we've heard from the services we've built the relationships with and the community themselves. So it's allowing us to have staff sit in those actual locations on a regular basis. For children and families in particular, it means that they don't have this disconnect between all the services that might be helping them.
Post has highlighted the importance and magnified the importance of collaboration and returning back to the need to seek support locally for families instead of searching other places.
For maternal child health nurses, it has just been a wonderful, safe space to network. I feel very comfortable and safe giving opinions and asking questions.
Probably the best medicine that I get to practice because I've got so much information that comes to me prior. I have, so much trust and faith in that clinician. And then I know that there's going to be someone who's sitting there who's going to make sure that that family is supported after the consultation and between the next one. Our whole priority is keeping families in the community where we're able to.
Feedback from the families are just blown away. They're like, I've done a couple in people's kitchens. We've sat at the kitchen bench and Zoomed. There's obviously a worry there. And instead of worrying about it for 12 months, it's done and it's dusted and you can, maybe it's not over. You can make a plan and there's progression. That some of the families that I have referred in and we've co-consulted, it never would have happened.
That's been really good because he, not just for Tex, but it's been great for Karen and I because we've been able to have Franklin and Billy in the same room at the same time and everyone's on the same page. There's no email this or email that or, talk to one and then talk to the other, where everyone's in the same room so everyone knows what's going on, everyone knows their next steps, what results we've had with it. It's great, it's fantastic.
The work that By5 is doing in the Wimmera region is really exciting from the perspective of a researcher and great potential for this to change outcomes in other rural communities, not only in our state, but in other states and other parts of the world as well.
As you have just heard from the By5 participants, the outcomes achieved from the investments so far have been life-changing for families and transformational for providers in the region. These achievements are a credit to our communities and all of the people involved that have dedicated so many hours to ensure our children have the best possible start in life.
If we are to ensure that all children, regardless of their location, have the same opportunities, we need to continue to innovate and adapt how we deliver critical services into our community. This will only be successful if the government, providers and communities collaborate and continue to work together with the best interests of our children at the centre of everything they do. To ensure this critical work can be continued and expanded into the future, we encourage you to continue your support and involvement in the By5 project.